Hi everyone, I hope we're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be talking about how I got into a committed relationship with my ex by using the law of assumption after 4 years of absolutely no contact. But before we get into it, you are more than welcome to subscribe. On this channel, I talk about all things self-development and law of assumption. So if that sounds good to you, I would love to have you here. Before I get into the video, I wanted to do a giveaway to one lucky subscriber. Now, I will be giving away this Neville Goddard book, which has helped me immensely on my law of assumption journey. I remember reading this last year and it has really changed my perception on so many things. So here is a list of all of the books that are included. And what you'll need to do to enter this competition is comment down below. That is how I will be picking at random the person that will be receiving this. It will be international, and you'll also need to be following me on Instagram and subscribe to this channel. A little bit of a background between mine and my boyfriend's relationship. We were together for 5 years and then we broke up January 2019 and had absolutely no contact for 4 years straight, and we got back together January 2023. Now, the way in which we got back together was magical, super easy, and it was all done through the law of assumption. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I did it, and more importantly, I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can do it too. It was super easy and super quick. So a little bit of context. He messaged me August 2022. He was like, oh, I watch your videos regularly, blah, blah, blah. We had like a very brief, light conversation, and I ended up not replying to his latest message, and I just left him on scene. Now, this is important to note because I got back to Australia January 2023, and let me tell you, before that, I had no inclination and no want to get back together with my ex. I joke about this with him all the time now, saying that he was the one who manifested me, he was learning from my videos. The second that my ass landed in Sydney, Australia, this huge urge just came over me to contact him and get closure. Now, when we broke up January 2019, we broke up without getting closure. So I thought that I was gonna be fine with that. You know those trendy TikTok videos that like, we're tough bitches, like be your own closure. I was my own closure, but the thing is that it was still something that was in the back of my head. I had this feeling of not wanting to get back together with him, but to get closure and to just see him. This is the first tip that I'm going to tell you. You know, should I reach out to my ex first or should I wait and manifest? It really depends on your intuition and how you feel. If you feel like you are wanting this so bad and you're acting out of desperation or fear, then don't reach out to him. If you are reaching out because you have a clear mind and your intuition is gently guiding you towards that as a next natural step, and you maybe not be sure, but you kind of ask for a sign and the universe gives you a sign, then all steam ahead. I really felt like it was natural, and I'm Russian. Women don't reach out first. I never reach out first. It's literally 1 in a million chance, right? What I did was ask for a sign. So my sign was, if I see a penguin in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to reach out to him. You would not believe that I saw a penguin emoji not in 30 minutes, but 2 minutes after me asking for that sign. I was just on Instagram and I was looking at a comment, and the person's comment said something, and then it was a penguin emoji, and I'm like, right, I'm just gonna take that as a sign to contact him. But this is the thing. I literally just liked his last message on Facebook Messenger, and instantly he replied and he was like, oh my God, my manifestations are working. You're such a great law of assumption coach. So I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're using the manifestation on me for me to contact you. Ha ha ha, we're all joking. Blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, I'm asking for him to catch up. And this is where it gets interesting. This is what he says. A little bit of a quiz. When your SP says something like that, how would you personally react? Yeah, no, we are not reacting like that, bitch. The first thing I knew that I had to do was not in my mind react negatively. It was very much reminiscent of Neville Goddard's story where he asked to be dismissed from the army. If you haven't heard about that, it is such an inspiring story. I will link it up in a card up above. So in Neville Goddard's story, he was actually in World War II in the army, and he wanted to be with his wife and his little daughter. So what he did was ask the army general to be honorably discharged, and the army general straight up just told him no. He's just like, no. Neville Goddard did not fight back. He didn't say anything. All he said was okay. And what did he do next? He went back home into his mind palace and visualized the outcome that he desired. And he didn't have to meddle in the 3D anymore. No. The 3D came to him, right? I did not emotionally react at all. Number one, because I was pretty detached in general. So if you are having issues with detachment, practice detachment first. Practice your self-concept. Now, I feel like I really practiced this in 2022. So this was no issue for me. And also I didn't see him for 4 years. I wasn't expecting anything specifically. But at the same time, I did want to see him and catch up with him, right? When I saw that message, it was nighttime, and I literally just imagined myself talking to him, laughing with him, having a good conversation, and just feeling happy and knowing that it is done now. And as soon as I really felt so deeply that it is done now, I just felt calm and I didn't need to do anything. I instantly entered the Sabbath state and I was like, period, it's done. I don't need to do anything else. He is gonna come to me. I'm not messing with the 3D anymore. I'm chill. What ended up happening next was I fell asleep like a baby and I enjoyed my day. I followed my happiness. Whenever I did think about him, no, I am a human too. I did have emotions of sadness and disappointment, right? You're a human. Don't discount your emotions, it's okay, but don't identify with them and don't bathe in it, right? Whatever we're feeling, that's fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and live my best life. I went on a hike, I did a Bronte to Bondi walk, I swam, I sunbathed, I was posting on my Instagram stories, I was listening to fun music, I was texting with my friends, I was spending time with my family, I was making plans left, right, and center. I was a really busy gal and I was genuinely having fun. Not because I was making myself have fun, but I was following my happiness moment to moment. It's funny, I got a comment today where someone was like, but how do I know what makes me happy? How do you know when you're hungry? How do you know when you need to pee? How do you know when you're cold? You are listening to your internal guidance system. We are closing our eyes and this is a mini meditation. What is the next natural step for me to do to make me happy? Is it filming a TikTok? Is it editing this YouTube video? Even though logically I might have to go to sleep soon because I have work. I literally got a message from him within like 12 hours and I only manifested once and then throughout the day followed my happiness, and whenever something popped up in my head where I was like thinking about him and I was kind of feeling sad, I was just like, this isn't reality. Oh my God, he has texted me and we're seeing each other really soon. That's it. I remember driving and his message popping up and I literally just started laughing because I'm like, I'm a powerful bitch. I'm a powerful manifester and you are a powerful manifester. You can get this as easy as I got this. I don't care about the circumstances. Literally, do you not understand that we are living half the world away? And I had one chance to see him because I was flying out back to New York. God knows when am I gonna be coming back to Sydney. Your SP, I don't care if he is in South Korea right now. The circumstances don't matter. Whether it's 1 or 100 people, they will move in order to get your manifestation. I did not let myself feel overwhelmed at the fact that I can't just like wait for a month for him to message me. It was like now or never, bitch. Or I'm out, like I'm flying out in a week. So we planned a date to see each other, but the manifestation didn't stop there. I knew that I was gonna see him in 7 days, so I literally dropped it and forgot about it. I was doing my visa stuff, I was seeing my family, I was enjoying my time in my hometown. What ended up happening was, the night before seeing him, I started getting a little bit of doubts. What if it doesn't work out well? What if we end up having a fight? What if, something bad happens? Or what if he doesn't end up seeing me at all? I started getting all of these doubts. What I did was I did not identify with those doubts. Those doubts are just thoughts. They're not good enough to even be doubts, because what are you, bitch? What even are you? You're not good enough. You're just a dumb thought. Just like I think about like a cat. That's just a dumb thought. I mean, it's a cute thought, but it's really nothing, right? So that's how we want to be looking at our doubts. Don't identify with it being the truth. It's the same thing as, would my boyfriend love me if I was a worm? Biologically, you're not ever gonna be a worm. So that's not really a real doubt unless you're really insecure. Then sis, you gotta be working on your self-concept. That is a ridiculous thought. So whatever doubts that you may be having, classify them as a ridiculous thought, because they are. You know why? Because it is whatever you say it is. If you want this person, if you want them to text you, if you want to go on a date with them, if you want them to treat you in the way that you want to be and deserve to be treated, then it is so right now. And we are not going back. We are not giving up until our manifestation comes to fruition. We are not accepting anything but that. So when those doubts came, I literally physically started laughing at them, because I'm like, not in my reality. And what ended up happening was I went into Sats that night fully knowing that our conversation went well, fully knowing that whatever ends up happening during that conversation was divinely guided and timed. I woke up feeling so refreshed, in a feeling of like, whatever is meant to happen is going to happen. So I'm just gonna be myself. I'm gonna let loose. I'm gonna do whatever, because no matter what ends up happening from me being myself, that's how it's meant to be. That was the divine way for it to go. Now, if you want to, be in a relationship with him, I would go into Sats and imagine that he's like sleeping there next to you, or you're imagining that he confesses his love for you, stuff like that when you're in Sats or when you're visualizing. And no, I'm just talking about my experience. You don't have to do Sats. You can be affirming 24/7. You can be scripting, as long as you know that it is your reality now, period. That's it. There is no ifs, ands, or fucking buts. When I did my Sats, when I fell into the wish fulfilled, I woke up so confident, because I knew that it was done. It is my reality now, that we had the best conversation known to man. Whatever happened in that conversation was meant to happen for a reason. And I went there being completely myself, completely relaxed. My mind was clear. I didn't have any limiting beliefs. So what ended up happening was we had an amazing talk and we got back together. So now we are in a committed relationship. And let me tell you that the way that he's showing up now in comparison to how he was 4 years ago is night and day, bitch, because I assumed for him to be the person that I deserved in my life, and vice versa. It was literally 12 hours that he texted me being like, do you want to meet up in a week on Tuesday to catch up? 12 hours, and then a week went by of just like chilling, and then literally after a day of seeing each other, we saw each other the next day, and we were in a relationship. So it was literally almost damn near instant. So how can we apply this to your specific situation, to your specific person? First of all, we are identifying what it is that we want. Do we want a text? And it's perfectly okay to manifest in steps. Do we want a date? Do we want to be put on his roster? I'm sorry, my self-concept is way, way, way up. I'm laughing at the whole roster situation, but the conversations of rosters and hot girl summers are coming up. City girls up, like, you do what you want to do. Ain't no shame in your game. Or you want to be in a fully committed, serious relationship with him and he sees no other girl. You can literally get anything, but you need to identify what it is that you want. As soon as you identify what it is that you want, we are saying that it is the reality right now. It is whatever I say it is. So I want to be in a committed relationship with my SP. It's done. He's already mine. No ifs, ands, or buts. That is the ultimate truth. When God was writing the 10 Commandments, he wrote the 11th one and said, your name and your SP are in a committed relationship. It is the reality. It is written in the stars. It is divine. It is period. It is right now happening. He is your boyfriend. Then we're deciding what's the best mode of manifestation, what's the best technique that we will do in order to get our manifestation. For me, it was visualization and sats. The overall arching fact is, it is already done. It is the ultimate truth. And then we are using techniques. You can use this 24 hours every single day, or you can do this for 17 seconds and just know that it's done and then follow your happiness. Regardless, you have to know that it is yours now. Whenever doubts come up, you just look at them like passing cars, like, okay. If in my head, I think, oh my God, am I Britney Spears actually? You would laugh at that, because obviously not, because that's not the truth. That's how you have to look at your doubts. And then after all of that is finished, we are following our happiness moment to moment. Not only is it for releasing resistance, but we were put on this planet to enjoy life. We were put on this planet to live our best, highest timelines. The way that we do that is by exploring, by developing relationships, by doing what makes us happy, enjoying the simple pleasures of life, music, coffee, brunch with friends. It doesn't need to make sense as long as it boosts your mood up. That's all you need to do to manifest your ex back. I know that this video helped you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, because I know that you loved it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.